Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again on another episode of Coffee with Kristen. I hope you all are cozied up on your couches with a big cup of coffee. We have a great lineup of shows this week, and I'm excited to start with Monday's shows because they are fantastic. You're going to learn a lot, and I'm going to tell you all about them. Today on Your Money, Your Wealth, Joe and Al talk about saving for college education. Here's a quick look at today's episode.
On Your Money, Your Wealth.
Hey folks, we usually talk about retirement planning, tax planning, retirement income strategies. Today we're going to switch it up a little bit and get you geared for college education savings. If you can take a look at the cost of college today, where it was maybe 10 or 20 years ago, the costs are astounding. We want to make sure that you are prepared if you have kids, so stick around and enjoy.
This episode truly hit home because I have been having these conversations with my husband, and we have recently opened up a 529 plan for our 7-month-old. On this episode, Joe and Al walk us through the mathematics of formulating a savings plan for your child's education. I personally will be using that breakdown to calculate the ideal monthly contributions my husband and I should be making. And let me tell you, I am nervous to see that number because college is expensive. Joe and Al gave a great example showing that if you start saving when your child is around 14 or 15, you might find yourself playing catch up on some major expenses. The annual average cost of college is around $50,000. I mean, yikes. This episode is a must-see for all parents, so be sure to tune in. Today on Elder Needs Law, Jason answers the question, do I really need a trust if I only have one child? And we also learn the story behind dialing 211. Let's take a look.
Hi, it's Jason Neufeld from Elder Needs Law, elderneedslaw.com, and I'm answering some questions that were submitted to me over our website. And one of them is, do I need a will or trust if I only have one child and I want that child to get everything? So essentially, do I really need a will? Do I really need a trust if I just have this one kid and I want that child to get to get it all? And the answer is, it depends. A will is a one-way ticket to probate court. You're giving the judge your instructions as to who you want to get your stuff after you pass away. That's all a will is. A revocable trust is really how we go about making sure that what you have avoids probate.
Jason explains when and why it might be necessary to set up a trust if you only have one child and feel certain you want all of your money and assets to go to that one child. Jason highlights many additional factors that you might want to consider. This is a great, quick little episode to watch if you have one child and are hoping to skip out on the process of creating a will or trust. I mean, the idea of not having to do all the extra legwork is definitely enticing. I can relate a little too well to that way of thinking, which is why it was especially good that I watched this episode. Jason also interviews the Chief Operations Officer at 211, who explains all the resources connected to dialing 211. 211 gives you information about community resources and also functions as a crisis hotline. A lot of people do not even realize this incredibly helpful and multifaceted tool that is literally at their fingertips. To learn more about what 211 has to offer, be sure to tune in. Today on ETF Stories, we learn about disruptive ETFs in the stock market. Why don't we take a look?
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Resilient Advisor Show. My name is Jay Coulter, and joining me today is Kristen Magoon of Amplify ETFs, and we are going to talk about disruptive ETFs in the marketplace today.
Jay interviews Kristen Magoon, who has started over 70 ETFs and now has his Amplify ETF series. Needless to say, he is an expert when it comes to building a lucrative investment portfolio. Many people gravitate to lower costing ETFs, and that might not be the best answer if the goal is a higher return, which, of course, that is the goal, right? Kristen explains what to look for beyond the dollar signs when choosing your investments. If you are an investor looking for something new to put your money into, Kristen offers a ton of insight that you are not going to want to miss out on. So set a little reminder on your phone and be sure to tune in. Thank you all for coming back and joining me and having a cup of coffee. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. We have some great shows to talk about.